So if you've got an iPhone or you've upgraded your device such as an iPad, iPod Touch or iPhone to iOS 6, then you may have noticed that podcasts are done differently. Firstly, if you searched in iTunes before, you could search for podcasts and then it would download from there and you could subscribe from iTunes. That no longer works that way, although you can still search, for the moment anyway, in iTunes for those podcasts, but it's going to open up a new app, which we're going to look at just in a moment. If you've downloaded something like a video podcast, such as Jargon-Free Help or Jargon-Free Tutorials, then you would watch them in the video section down here. Obviously on your iPad or iPhone, it might be in a different place. However, now everything is done through the podcasts here. Although you can still search for them in iTunes, they're going to appear in here. And when I open it, you'll see that it's got my podcasts here, and I can simply look here inside a podcast and I can tap on them to play them. If it's got an arrow like this next to it, it means it hasn't downloaded, and I can tap on it and you can see it's now going to start downloading. For more information, I can tap on that eye to see more info. You can tell it mark as played as well. You can delete them just by sliding across and tapping delete, although I don't want to do that. So I'm just tapping off it and tapping back on. I can tell other people about this podcast by going into that little arrow in the top right-hand corner. I can mail, message, Twitter or Facebook about it. Please do Twitter and Facebook as much as you like about Jargon-Free Help. I really don't mind. And next to it is a little wheel. And if I tap on that, that gives me the settings here, such as turning on the subscriptions. So it will tell me when there are updates. If I switch to auto download, it would automatically download those podcasts as well. You can also get it to automatically get rid of podcasts when you finish watching them. So at the moment I'm keeping all of them. If I go to all episodes, I can actually choose unplayed episodes, so keep all of those, most recent episode, or I might want to keep the last 2, 3, 5 or 10. You can tell it what order you want it to appear on this list. So here it is newest first, oldest first. I can tell it what order to play them in, so it'll keep playing. So I can do oldest to newest or newest to oldest. That oldest to newest, I want the oldest ones to play first. And I can mark all as played or all as unplayed. So they're just some of the features that you've got that you didn't have before. You can also delete any of these just by going into edit at the top here, and you can tap on any of these crosses. To stop the delete, you just press done. At the moment it's in tiled view, but you can have it in a list view as well, so you can see them like this. It's all your preference. I do actually like the tiled view, but maybe as I get more I'll want to change it. I can tap down here and just search. A keyboard will come up, so I can actually look for podcasts if I've got a lot of them. I can also look at top stations, so if I tap there, TED Talks comes up and you can see there are more along here, and actually it's got categories at the top. So if I wanted to look in comedy, I could then scroll through and see some of the top ones there. To go back to my podcast, I just tap here. Now I can search for them in iTunes, but you can also go to the catalogue down the bottom here, and you'll see it will take me, I last looked at the charts here, so you've got the video podcasts on the side, and you've got the audio podcasts on the left-hand side here. You can go to featured, and you'll see it's got categories across the top there. There's a popular categories. You can go to more and you can choose from here. So you could go to something such as TV and film. And when they come up, I could perhaps choose one here. Oh look, there's Sesame Street. Why not? And you'll see it's got the list here, and I could choose individual episodes. So if I wanted to, I could just tap on that arrow and it would start downloading, and it tells me it's downloading. There's details. I can subscribe just by tapping on that subscribe button, and then it will become part of that subscribe list. There's ratings and reviews as well, and there's also related as well, so I can see other podcasts that might be of use as well. And again, in the top right hand corner I've got that little arrow where I can mail, message, Twitter, Facebook, and even copy the link, so I could actually put it somewhere else and get back to it later. So you can see, actually quite easy to use. I just tap there to come out of it, and you can see there are loads of podcasts, lots of interesting podcasts. Don't forget Jargon-Free Help and Jargon-Free Tutorials are both available here, so you can have them ready to use on your device and not have to download and have a connection. So you actually store them on there, so you don't need a connection to watch them. There's down the bottom here, you've got featured, which we just looked at, audio, so you can see all the audio podcasts. You've also got video podcasts, and you can just search through those. And again, we had a look at the charts a moment ago. Up at the top here, I can do a search. So if I wanted to, I could type in something like BBC. It comes up with a list. I just choose one of them, and you'll see it comes up with a whole load of BBC podcasts. There's more down here. There's individual ones, plus the actual series at the top here. And again, I can choose to download by just tapping on one of those arrows, or I can just go and choose and subscribe to one of them. So if I want to, I can go back to my library just by tapping at the top there. And this is a really neat way, I believe, of actually watching your podcast. When I first heard they were doing this, I was a bit concerned that actually that's not the way I like working, but actually I do like it now. So that's the new podcasts on the iPhone and your iOS 6